Right, folks, this one is pretty amazing. This broke yesterday. This article actually came out on the 4th of July. But I just spent some time reading it and vetting it a little bit because it's kind of unbelievable. And the title of the article is British Prime Minister Wants to Recreate the Roman Empire. Now, that is true. And I want you to bear with me because I want to read the first few paragraphs of this article, and then I'm going to kind of put it together for you because it is very interesting. So let's jump into it. It says, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and leader of the Conservative Party, has always been controversial, but he raised the volume last week when he suggested that the best way to unite Europe was by recreating the Roman Empire. Now, his vision of the Roman Empire in the 21st century is based on a partnership that included Turkey and the North African states. At the NATO summit in Madrid last month, he told reporters that this would be based on the Mar Nostrum, the Latin term for the Mediterranean Sea. Oh, I didn't realize that they were. Okay, anyway, next paragraph. It is interesting to note that the 19th century Italian nationalist fascists used the term to describe Italy as the successor state to the Roman Empire. The term again was taken up by Benito Mussolini for use in fascist propaganda. And by the way, ready for this next line? In similar manner, the Adolf Hitler's Lebensraum system of colonization actually also utilized such terminology. Now, this gets even more interesting. Listen to the rest of this article or this portion. It says Johnson's plan was in contrast the European political community presented by France's President Emmanuel Macron to the European Parliament on May 9th. Now, this community would allow the EU to force closer ties with non-members such as the UK and the nations of Western Balkans. Now, let me read this. This is kind of important, this last paragraph, so bear with me. It says, though Britain left the European Union in 2020 in a move known as Brexit, some European leaders feel the Russians' invasion of Ukraine in February has created a greater need for unity in the face of a common threat. Told you so. A parallel organization would enable Britain to join without re-entering the EU. Folks, this is no joke. Europe is moving into joining up as a confederation of nations. They are looking at dissolving existing alliances by bringing in non-member nations to those alliances so that they can create a type of revived Roman Empire. Folks, it's coming. It's happening. The Bible said that we would see this happen in the last days. We know that this is what's necessary for the formation of the economy of what will be the Antichrist, the final Antichrist economy. And folks, we are running in that direction. We're not just sort of creeping in that direction. We're running in that direction. Now, is this what we read about in the book of Revelation or what we read about in the book of Daniel? Most definitely not at this point, but it is going in that direction. The Overton window's being pushed. People's willingness to accept this is getting pushed. And we are watching something change dramatically. When you take into account the push to go to cashless societies, when you take into the account the failure of economies all over the world, when you take into account all the other things that are happening, we are beginning to see the formation of what will be the infrastructure as described by the Bible of the final Antichrist. It's happening, folks. It's coming soon. And by the way, I do think it is really interesting how they would mention Mussolini and some of these other leaders who were Antichrist, not the final Antichrist. They were people inspired by the spirit of Antichrist, and they all seem to have the same thing in common, except at one point, the final Antichrist will not be experiencing the constraint of Christians who are filled with the Holy Spirit to stop him from doing the evil that he wants to bring into full fruition. Folks, the time is coming. Heads up. I'm just telling you, Jesus is coming soon. We need to get our affairs in order because time is running out. God bless you.